You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the June 17th meeting for the LaPorte County Board of Zoning Appeals. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Right, good evening. I would like to call to order the June 17th meeting of the Board of Zoning Appeals to order, and if you would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Vern?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Can I get a roll call, please?
Melissa Mischke.
Here.
Vern Schaefer.
Here.
Eric Poynton.
Here.
Jeff Baltus.
Here.
Ernie Schmidt.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Very good, and I will entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the meeting I missed on May 20th.
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes as presented.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right. Obviously, you guys missed me, so let's get into the petitions. Thank you, Vern, for taking over. Petition number 1 is before I do that, I'm just going to remind everybody that we do not have public comment at Board of Zoning Appeals. Your public comment is in the form of remonstrance. So if there's a petition you're for or against, that's your chance to speak, and that's all there is. So having said that, let's move on to petition number 1, which was tabled from the May meeting. So I'll need a motion to remove it from the table.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, petition number 1. It's a petition for variance of developmental standards for Diane M. Aspar Haddad for keeping of no more than 15 chickens on a parcel with less than the required 3-acre minimum. Property is located at 6853 West Magnolia Ave, Michigan City, Cool Spring Township, zoned R1B.
No, it's adequate.
Petition number 1, are you here? If you would come forward to the mic, please. And if you would, please state your name and address for the record. Make sure that mic's way down there. Good job.
Can you hear me? Yep. Diane Esper Haddad. My address is 6853 West Magnolia Avenue, Michigan City.
Okay. And you are?
Jeremiah Haddad,
And your address?
1801 South Wozniak Road.
All right. So, as I said, I wasn't here last month. Tell me about the 15 chickens. What's the plan for those? Meat birds, egg birds, what are we talking?
Just for eggs.
Okay. Are you going to get them at Tractor Supply so you don't know if you got males or females?
Well, I don't know if it could be male or female. We just want chickens.
Well, I'll be getting them off a friend of mine who breeds chickens, so we'll be getting females.
Females, okay. No roosters?
No.
Okay. And do you have a spot for them already?
Yes.
You do? All right. Let's see if there are any remonstrators for your petition. Is there anybody for or against petition number 1? Anybody for or against petition number 1? All right, what kind of questions do we have as a board?
What kind of containment do you have for these chickens?
Right now it's a 8x8 shed, and then there will be a fenced-in run if it's approved. The fenced-in run will be approximately 8 foot by 8 foot with a top on as well.
And is that going to be toward the back of the property? Where is it going to be located?
Yes, towards the back of the property.
Yeah, I think. Do you have a truck? I don't have it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does that look like it?
All right. Thank you.
Anybody else?
I make a motion we approve this petition as presented with just female birds, no roosters.
And do we want to put a limit on it, the number?
15,
Not to exceed?
not to exceed 15.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, so we have a motion and a second to approve the petition for no more than 15 female chickens. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
You're welcome, and I'm glad you're putting a top on it. Hawks are awful. Petition number 2 this evening was tabled from our May meeting. It's a variance of developmental standards for Ellis Island LLC for construction of a primary home with a front setback of 13 feet instead of the 25-foot minimum and a waterway setback of 65 instead of the 75-foot minimum. It's located at 18 Elm Drive, LaPorte, Center Township, zoned R1B.
So, notice is adequate.
Do I have a motion to remove it from the table?
I'll make a motion to remove it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Petition number 2, if you're here and you want to come up to the mic, please.
Good evening.
Good evening. If you would state your name and address for the record.
Yes, John Ellis, 411 South Wyola, LaGrange, Illinois.
And John, we're not going to hear remonstrance tonight because I understand we did that last month.
I understand that too. I also was not here.
Okay, very good. So explain to me the nuances of this property that you're asking for these setbacks.
So we're going to build a 2-story home. My wife and 4 children are going to live there. I don't think we're actually getting any closer to the street or the lake than the previous structure. This was my uncle's house, who passed away last year, and my family and I initially were going to just see if we could fit in it, and we couldn't, and so we demolished the house and are going to build, and it is going to be a little closer than the zoning allows to the street, and then a little closer to the lake. But I think there was an issue that was raised about parking. Across the street is a garage that I own 1/4 of, and so our plan is to park in that garage, and then we've also sent and submitted a diagram that shows where you could park if we weren't to use the garage, but we do plan to use that garage.
Give me a minute here. Okay, what kind of questions do we have as a board? Other than parking?
I don't believe last month that it was stated you owned 1/4 of that. It sounded like it was just a family member, your uncle's garage or something.
And so my uncle passed away.
Correct.
And I've got 3 brothers, and so 1/4 of that garage is mine.
Okay.
And so yes, it's about an 8-car garage, and there's the 2 ends of it that go up. My brother Nick knows what to do with cars, and so he's going to take those ends that have the lifts in them, and then that middle portion will be mine and my family's.
It's all good that you get along if you have 4 people sharing the same space.
Very good. So far, so good, but it's only been about 50 years.
As I recall, last month we were talking about the space in front of the house, obviously. From your diagram here, you wanted a setback for the house of 13 feet from the, is that from the edge of the street?
I believe it's from the edge of the
No,
Sir, I'm going to need you to come to the
Dave
podium.
Peter,
And
construction.
Thank you.
I'm from 638 West 250 South, Hebron, Indiana.
Thank you.
That's 13 feet off of the property line, but it's about 23 feet off the street.
Okay, so it's from the edge of the street property.
Right. I think that was a little bit of confusion. I think last time there was a boat parked at the neighbor. And so on the east and the west side of this house, both of them are closer to the street than this and closer to the water than this is going to be. So when they did this zoning on this, they made sure that we were less to the water and less to the street than both houses are. So
I think last month we had the neighbor came to remonstrate against it or for whatever, and then you guys were going to talk something out with the neighbor, and that's why we tabled it. That's
Right.
what we got here.
I think she was off trying to sell the land to us.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
Was there some kind of an agreement that you made with her or to do anything else since that time?
No, I've reached out to her, but we haven't talked.
And I think 24 feet sounds better than 13 feet that we were talking last time as well, so.
What about you guys?
I'm good.
Good? Okay. I will entertain a motion for this petition.
I'll make a motion. We accept this the way it's drawn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve petition number 2. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Aye. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Petition number 3 this evening is a variance of developmental standards for Dallas and Megan Uphold for construction of a second accessory structure 24 feet by 40 feet and 5 feet from the property instead of the minimum required 10, in line with the existing shed. Property is located at 7635 East Bell Ave, New Carlisle, Hudson Township, zoned R1B on .71 acres. If you would come to the podium.
Okay.
Are we good? With,
Notice is sufficient.
thank you. If you would please state your name and address for the record.
Dallas Uphold, 7635 East Bell Avenue, New Carlisle.
Megan Uphold, 7635 East Bell Avenue, New Carlisle.
All right. Tell me, you guys, what are we going to do with this second structure?
It's going to be a garage.
Parking, storage.
Okay. So we're going to keep the existing barn. We're going to add another pole building. Is that?
Yeah.
It's a pole barn style garage.
Okay, and only a garage, no living space,
No.
just storage and
And cars.
lots of cars, lawnmowers. She wants all that stuff in there.
Yeah, sorry. Yes.
Okay. Do we have any remonstrators tonight for petition number 3? Is anybody for or against petition number 3? Okay, hearing and seeing none. What kind of questions do we have?
I was curious when I looked here, there's a 5-foot jog in the South Shore right away.
Yeah.
That's documented. And you're basically asking to be 5 foot off of the South Shore right of way, which is what, 100 feet? I mean, how much is there right of way? 50 feet from the center of the tracks? What is it?
Generally 75.
It's the buildings in that area are a lot closer to the South Shore than that.
Well, we're not worried about, we're worried about your buildings.
Right.
And
Because the existing barn is about 5 feet from that. And the fence that is there, the property line is there, was put, my understanding was done by the South
It
Shore.
was done by the South Shore.
so there is a fence on their
Yes.
line.
It's all
On the line.
fenced.
South
and it-
Shore has a fence, okay.
And it even
So it's a
makes that one.
documented right of way, so.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want you to put your building on their
Right.
right of way because
Right.
that could be ugly.
Right.
No, they installed that fence maybe 10, 15 years ago, and it has that weird little jog part in there.
Okay.
There's a note here that says the railroad signed off on this. Is there documentation?
They received our certified letter.
And we also spoke to him on the phone.
Yeah, I spoke to the right-of-way guy, and he explained to him what we were doing, and he just kind of chuckled, and he said, well, as long as you're not digging, underneath the tracks and, dealing with the integrity, that we're pretty good neighbors. And I said, well, we would probably be adding some dirt there to level things off, so we'd be adding to the integrity of it.
Okay. And it looks like you are going to take out a couple of those little sheds? Maybe I'm,
There's only one shed.
okay,
But if you look at Beacon's line is off.
of course.
we
That's
had
my
it-
dad's property.
We had it
Right.
surveyed, and there's like a gazebo and another barn, but that's on his side
Okay,
of the property line.
all right, good job. Ernie, do you have any questions?
I'm good. I make a motion to approve this.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to approve. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you much.
Petition number 4 is a petition for variance of developmental standards for Jason and Tammy Bundy for keeping and using 3 shipping containers for storage and equipment storage. Property is located at 1373 East State Road 4, LaPorte, Pleasant Township, zoned R1B on 6.268 total acres.
Notice adequate.
Thank you. If you would, please state your name and address for the record.
Yes, I am Tammy Bundy, 1373 East State Road 4, here, LaPorte, Indiana.
Tammy, what is unique about your property that you need storage containers to meet your storage needs?
Well, we just sold a home from Westville, And we have lots of lawnmowers, welders, you name it, tillers, equipment that needs to be put into these besides being out in the rain with tarps on them. Right now, some of them are still being stored in a dump trailer. And my toolboxes and things like that, they're all just because there's no room in our garage because there's motorcycles and other things. We moved into a house that was left to me by my parents with all their stuff there. So it's really congested. So the reason we need them is for storage.
And you need 3 of them.
No, we already have one on there that was grandfathered in.
But you need 3 total.
Yes.
So 2 additional.
Yes, yes. One's a 20-foot and the other's a 40-foot.
There's a 40 there now? Or
No, a 20.
20.
A 20.
So you're
And
looking
they
to
will
add
be-
2 40s?
No, a 20 and a 40.
Okay.
Yeah. Where they'll be going is backed up to a cornfield and to a farm land where there's cows on the backside of our property. If you look at the beacon, the section where the pond is, they'll be back behind there.
Do we have any remonstrators this evening for this petition? Anybody for or against it? Any remonstrators for petition number 4? Okay. What other questions?
Have you considered building a building?
Yes, temporarily we will, but right now we've taken down 4 huge cottonwood trees off the backside of the property. We've got them piled up right now to burn and to log off. We are cleaning up a hillside, so we're just trying to improve the land before we can do any structures. Eventually we will put up a barn. We can't afford one right now. Like I said, we just sold a home and moved into my parents'.
So at which time that you build a structure, what will happen to the storage containers?
I don't know. Probably. At this moment, I don't know. You mean like if we're going to sell them eventually?
No, if they're going to be removed when you build a structure.
That I would have, that I can't answer at this time, because I don't know how soon we'd even be able to afford to build a barn, you know. Because barns aren't, you know, I mean, I don't have $100,000 to throw a barn, but I had $5,000 to buy a storage trailer, you know, so.
Okay. Do you have more questions?
No. Now, you do know that I'm not a real big fan of storage containers. I'll tell you that right now, because they don't have very good accessibility. Well, you know, once you put stuff in, you close the door and you can't get at it. So that's why I suggest buildings.
Yes.
Then you can actually organize things and have access to them. The other thing is, if you do have a storage container, they have to be on a foundation and they have to be anchored.
I understand that. I have some paperwork for that, a picture of that from the office. And what I had wondered is why such a permanent, why would it, because we're going to be moving them, you know, as we're developing the land, cleaning the land up, because where we're going to put them now is still by some trees, and we'll still have to take out the stumps, because the stumps are, you know, huge, and there's 3 of them back there.
So if we approve it, our approval will be based on following the instructions from the building commissioner.
Yes.
And that means,
How they said that
yes,
paperwork had to be built onto.
yes.
But it's not going to be a permanent structure, because they're going to be, like I said, they're temporary.
So you're going to move them multiple times?
Probably will have to, if we're
They're
going to move the
probably going to
hills.
need to speak with the building department. They may want to come out
They've
and
seen the
inspect
hill
multiple
that we need
times.
to take down.
We'll handle that part
Okay.
directly with you.
Right.
Okay,
And that's assuming we approve it.
very good.
And the problem with it is if you have to put a foundation in and then you have to move it, then you have to put another foundation in. Pretty soon you got foundations all over the place.
Well, we were told it's not necessarily a foundation. They're barrels that have concrete in them with metal sticking out. I don't know.
Is that an approved foundation? Just out of curiosity?
I missed what was said.
They were talking about they're basically putting these on pillars
And barrels under the ground.
in the ground.
Yeah, that'd work.
Okay.
Well, if there's no further questions from the board, then I'll entertain a ma'am, can I get you back to the podium, please?
Sure. Thank you, though.
That's what they're approving as of right now, to lock the structure down to the ground.
I'll entertain a motion if there's no further questions.
I'll make a motion, we don't pass this.
I have a motion to deny petition number 4.
I'll second that.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor of denying petition number 4, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, so in favor of, same sign.
Aye.
Okay. Motion was denied. So you're going to have to work with the building department and figure out another method for your storage.
Have that picture back?
All right. Petition number 5 this evening is a petition for variance of developmental standards for Angelica Camarillo Celestino. I'm going to just not say anymore. For personal use of weekend camping from May to October, having 4 campers. Property is located next to 8056 North, 500 West, Michigan City, Springfield Township, zoned R1B on 9.522 acres.
I still need some notice information. Yeah, your notices?
Yeah.
This house they don't want.
Could be.
Were they planning on doing this?
So they want them along the road.
This is the campsite.
Find out.
You weren't out there at the site.
Notice is sufficient.
Yeah.
It's already there.
They already got a driveway.
It's right on.
All right, if you guys will say your names for the record.
Yes.
An address, please.
It's right on.
Artemio Navarez. Do you need my current address or?
Yes, your current address, please.
It's 2945 West 59th Street in Chicago.
Okay, and you?
My name is Lucino Balbuena. My address is 5017 Wood, Chicago, Illinois, at 6609.
All right. Lucino, I can say. So let's talk about this campground. So you want to go from May to October?
They just wrote it down from May to October, but we use it for camping in the summertime.
Okay. When do you normally start?
Yeah, like around
May?
May.
Okay, like Memorial Day?
Memorial Day,
Yeah,
around that weekend.
okay. And you already have campers there?
Yes.
Are there 4, or do you have?
Well, there's 4 of them right now.
Okay. Are you planning on putting any additional campers?
No.
Just the 4?
No más cuatro.
Is it all family that comes out and
All family,
gets
yeah,
together?
family, friends, yes.
All right. Are there any remonstrators tonight for petition number 5? We do. So if you guys would have a seat, we'll hear what she has to say.
Sure.
If you'd like to come forward, ma'am, state your name and address for the record.
My name's Peggy Ward. It's I'm sorry.
That's all right.
8451 North, 500 West. I'm about an eighth of a mile away from this property. My brother is right next door. He has property, and my son has property right next to that.
Okay.
On the same side. They can't be here. They had to work. My brother just got the letter maybe a week ago. He did not get the postcard to send. We don't want it there. It's been there for a few years already, the campers and the the weekends and holidays. It's loud late at night. There's been shooting at times. Police have been called. And we're all fairly old in that neighborhood, and a lot of, like, my son works nights, so does my daughter-in-law, on weekends. I've talked to several neighbors that feel the same, and I don't know what else I can say. It's a neighborhood, it's not a campground.
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Are there any other remonstrators? Okay. Gentlemen, if you'd like to come back up. We're not out there shooting weapons, are we, and having fun?
I mean, we've done it a couple of times. We have the ID to use guns, but we don't do it like at night or stuff like that.
Okay, so now that you've heard that some of your neighbors do work nights and they're trying to sleep during the day, and, you know, does that give you any kind of indication on how you want to proceed with the campers out there? Are you going to try to cut it off at a normal time in the evening, say like 10 o'clock? What do you guys think?
Yeah, but the legal, what's the legal loud hours? Like, what's the cutoff? Like 10 o'clock that we could do that?
Okay.
Como las 10 tenemos que parar todo el problema.
Yeah, I mean, we want to be good neighbors, right?
Yes.
Absolutely. How many years have you been coming out there?
We bought the land in 2018. Yes.
Have you had the police come out?
Only once.
Was it shooting related or noise?
No. I wasn't there that time. He was.
De un señor que estaba enojado.
Pero fue por balazos?
No, por la música.
Yeah, they complain about the music.
Music, so loud music. Okay. What kind of questions do you have, gentlemen?
Are there any utilities on this property?
No utilities.
So there's no sewer, there's no electricity?
Nothing.
I see a porta pot in the one picture.
Sorry?
There's a porta pot in the one picture?
Yes, it's a porta potty.
So how do you drain your campers for your gray water anyway?
We don't use the campers for
no shower? Or?
No, because we only use it for like one day or one night. The most.
Is this property fenced?
I'm sorry?
You have a fence around your property?
Fence? A fence? No, we don't.
Is there any structures there?
No, besides the campers, there's no structure.
Just that one big concrete pad?
Oh, yes.
From an existing structure? Or previous?
Right.
Are you out there every weekend or?
Oh, no. Probably in the summer months, probably once a month, maybe twice.
Do you have any plans in the future of building on this property?
We don't have any plans to build them right now.
Out of curiosity, have you ever spoken with any of the neighbors out here? I mean, there's a structure right in the middle of your parcel. Like there's a house that looks like? No, never. No? Okay. Okay. Do you guys have additional questions?
Do you intend to enlarge this campground?
No.
Or fence this campground?
No. You just keep it the way it is, like no more than 4 campers.
You ride 4-wheelers or dirt bikes or stuff out?
Sometimes we bring small 4-wheelers for the kids.
And how do the kids know where your ground stops and the other guy starts?
We made like a little track for the 4-wheelers.
Okay. If there are no further questions, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion we do not grant this petition.
I'll second
that.
Okay, so I have a motion to deny in 2 seconds. I have to agree. I am concerned about safety out here. And now that I heard 4-wheelers and youngsters, I'm even more. I think this is the right thing to do. So all those in favor of denying the petition signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Those in favor?
Aye.
All right. So we're going to deny your petition for the camping, and I guess as part of our motion, should we have determined a time in order for them to
That
move?
would be good. You could do an amendment to the motion.
Okay, so let's, if that would please the board, a time frame to remove the campers. as part of our amended motion, if that's good with you.
Go ahead.
We have to remove all 4 of them?
You will have to remove all 4 of them. What kind of time frame do you guys think?
I'd say a month.
A month?
By the middle of July.
They own the
Could
property.
you give us a little longer, because we don't have any other place to put them?
Oh,
Let's do it.
I can get rid of 2 of them, and within a month?
I think we can safely leave 1.
We can leave it, but we don't want to hear of somebody coming back and saying that there's been activity going on there, because obviously this is a residential neighborhood, and that's the problem, right? For a campground in a residential neighborhood is not a very good idea.
I agree. So,
They have campgrounds to go camping at. That's what they're there for.
do you have any legal advice for us on this issue?
I just need a time frame. If they have wheels, and like Jeff says, there are campgrounds.
Right. What do you guys?
August 1st?
Okay.
Do that.
August 1st. So you could leave 1, and then the rest need to be out by August 1st.
Just 1 and leave, and
Correct.
by August 1st?
So we're making an amendment to the motion. Is everybody in favor of that? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Very good. All right, gentlemen, good luck. Is there any further business in front of the board this evening?
Madam President, just to clarify, what does the board mean by leave? Leave 1, a longer
There will be
timeframe?
one camper on the site.
That can remain indefinitely?
That's a tough one.
I would-
mean,
That's not what you guys voted to have them removed.
We just said 1, and they needed to remove the other ones. That's why I asked for
So is it
legal.
granted in part then?
That they
No,
can,
vote it down.
This is not worded well, because I agree with that, because if we're going to have them remove the campers, otherwise they're going to be using it as a camper. And, obviously, we don't want that kind of activity going on there.
so do we want them all removed?
I think that's what you voted for.
Okay.
I think so.
So the motion is that no campers can stay, and you have until August 1st to remove them. Okay?
Can we, appeal this?
Again, you can contact the building department, and they can give you instructions on how to proceed. Is there any further business in front of us?
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, same sign. Thank you.